everybody, welcome. I'm trying to sneak back to... yeah.
Sneak back to yeah?
Sneak back to the bar to pick up Rye. It's a weekend game. I was on for a little bit to do some crafting and such. Because that's kind of important, getting crafting out of the way. It has been a day. Ah, there's Rye. You ready to go?
No.
You ready for more story pain?
Maybe, but no.
Aw. I guess I'll have a drink of melancholy.
Why?
Well, I hope you're having a good time at the show, Doodles. Yeah, Baron's currently setting up for Cider Fest, which will be interesting. This is our first time doing that show. Or at least Baron's first time for doing that show. I'm going to be staying here because my allergies and cons just don't mix anymore. And that makes me sad. But it is what it is.
I know.
Oh, did you see I posted over on Theron Sweet Shop a video of the guy who plays Let Me Solo Her going to Dragon Con to find people cosplaying as Let Me Solo Her?
Yes.
I mean, that's gotta be a real level of, what's the word I want? A very Matrix level of reality to find someone cosplaying as your character. And one of the ones he found was not Let Me Solo Her, but Let Me Marry Her, because apparently his wife was dressing up as Melina. Which is, of course, the main boss that Let Me Solo Her fights.
Well, the other guy was actually doing Let Me Marry Her.
Yes, he was. Which Let Me Solo Her just found absolutely charmingly hilarious.
It is.
Oh, I'm sure there are many out there. If it's anything like Endwalker, and I believe there were, is that as soon as they dropped what the next class's top gear looked like, which was really early in the newsfeed, within a week you saw cosplay of it. It's like, holy moly, do you people have a wife? The answer is probably no, but...
Actually, they do. Their life is FF14.
And cosplay.
Yes.
Not saying it's a bad thing. It's a better life than some others that are out there. So, yeah. And of course, Yoshi P actually did a cosplay of the main Viper gear. Have not seen anyone go after the beast tribes. Or should I say tribes in general. They're actually I say beast tribes because that's the phrase I'm used to, but they're actually starting to drop that from the name because they realize they're not lower beings, they're their own race, but they're equal to. And that's actually the proper way to look at it. Is they're not caricatures, they're not lesser beings, they're just different. And I find it amusing that all these sci-fi tales talk about, oh, this race has a mindset we can't understand. No, we can understand it. That's actually one of the unique things about humanity, is we have enough empathy that if we put our mind to it, we can actually understand someone or something of such a radically different background than ourselves. But we have to kind of mentally displace our own self to do it. Oh, he would love it, Orca. He would totally love it. I think
I will be back in a moment.
I forget who they did when they announced Painter. They actually got one of the girls of the company to come on stage. I think it was one of the translation people. Because, as Yoshi P put it, she'd look far better in the costume than he would. And keep in mind, you also have Soken, who likes coming out on stage with a giant fat chocobo head. Or a Moogle head. And let's not forget his automaton version of Lahi. Oh, that was precious. Give me a sec, Orca. I need to look that one up for you. It is special. 2 expansions ago, there was a piece of zone music that everyone glommed onto, and one of the initial voiced lines that you hear very distinctive in the song is Lahi. So everyone started calling it Lahi. I believe the song itself is called Civilization. Yeah, exactly, Doodles. I have actually seen, it was adorable cosplay with a mother and daughter, where the daughter is dressed up as a Lalafell chocobo keep that runs the taxi service, and she herself was the chocobo. It was adorable. Here we go. Yeah, this is a YouTube link to the actual original Zone music, and it's very, very strong and powerful. It reminds me a lot of Christopher's work from the opening to a lot of the Civilization games. Yeah, Christopher Tim. And
It has the same kind of upbeat feel.
so you had this piece of music, which is just absolutely awesome and powerful. And then during the course of the expansion cycle, they'll actually do, for like the first or second live letter, it was the Fan Fest. They'll do it at the Fan Fest. They actually run two different concerts. I'm not done. You're going to have to listen to me.
I didn't say you had to shut up. I just said we could start moving.
One is the Primals, which is the main hard rock band that does a lot of the boss battle music for these raids and the Savage, and is a fan favorite, which I know is not Riley's cup of tea.
No.
And then they have an actual orchestrational / piano concerto concert. And it was during that, at the fan fest going between Shadowbringers to Endwalker, that Silken dropped this bad boy. Listen to the first one first. Trust me on this one.
Yes.
The follow-up is, special. And we'll just leave it at that. You coming? You're not on.
Was.
You are not on follow.
There.
Yeah, I'll have to review.
Now, of course, along the way, I'm not sure what the actual reaction to the piece was in Japan or anything, because, of course, I remember in one of the live letter things they did, I forget what exactly it was, but of course the subject of, like, the zone was coming up, and the entire North American part of the audience in chat starts spouting off Lahi, and all the presenters are just kind of looking sideways at each other going, I guess the North Americans really love the piece.
Yeah, North America really glommed onto the piece. Japan, it was like, oh, it's a nice piece, give me the primals. But North America was like, no civilizations. Lahi. Graha? Hello?
I did not expect that such carnage would unfold here.
To slaughter his adopted people too? Is there no end to his villainy? Thank you, Otis. I pray your soul is at peace. But we can fix him! We can make him stronger! $6 million Otis?
If only. A comforting hand. Wu Clement wishes to do what she can for the people of Solution 9.
I've been thinking. By wearing regulators, the people of Alexandria have been spared the fear of death. That's because the device not only resurrects you, but it also erases your memories of the departed. The very notion of dying would have become vague, if not forgotten. To be killed over and over, I can't imagine how traumatized the survivors must be. Even if they're not physically hurt, they would still need care.
At a time like this, the citizens need their queen to console them. But where is she gone?
I don't know. There are other districts, so perhaps she's checking on them. In any case, it's too much for her to handle alone. Countless people will be distraught, and we ought to provide them with what comfort we can. While Kukuya and her crew tend to those with physical injuries, let's seek out those wounds who are emotional. Understood. If you and Theron and Rylea want to concentrate on True View, the rest of us can see to other areas. Sounds like a plan. Alright, everyone, we'll meet back in the back room after. And off they go.
Well, sounds like you have a endless journey research to do. See if it's a older piece.
It might be an older piece, but I'll have to do it off stream. Let me get back to you on that one, Orca. Stunned woman. Excuse me, ma'am. It's over. I'm still alive? Ah, thank goodness.
Well, over might be too strong a word.
It makes so sense. What right did the king have to destroy our lives like this? Give us back our peace. Leave us alone out of your damned war. I agree, but I want no part of this. I just want peace again.
Keep it together. Help's on its way.
Just hang in there. You'll pull through.
Are you okay? The sentries didn't seem to be malfunctioning, which begs the question. I'll live, I think.
Oh, that sounds good. Look at this. And this over here. They're upping their food game.
You're looking at food at a time like this.
Sorry.
Who replaced you with Wuklamat?
Never have been so scared. Oh, sorry, that's yours. My bad.
Never have I been so scared in my life. I'd died in an accident before, but it was nothing compared to this. We killed again, and again, and again. Just a living nightmare. King Zareel was behind it, you say? Since he suddenly appeared, he's done nothing good for us. Thinks only of war, ordered more soldiers to be produced, now he unleashes them on us? He's no king of mine, he's a murderer and someone needs to make him pay.
We're working on that.
Yeah. Bill is coming due. Zareel must answer for his crimes. The false king must be ripped from his throne. Curse those mechanical bastards. Wait, you're saying our own army attacked us? Why? I missed the first bubble, unfortunately.
Gods, what is happening?
Yeah.
Easy now.
Easy
Take
now.
deep breaths. There's one more. Ah, there they are.
Thank you. I'm alright, I think. Say, you were fighting with Sun Queen's fiend, weren't you? Are the rumors true then? That Her Majesty isn't a living person? That her actual body is elsewhere? The cloud or some such? She uses a special power to appear before us? I always wondered why the Alexandrians never questioned her true nature. Now I think I understand why. She personally fought to protect us. That's enough for me to know she's a worthy ruler. Doesn't matter what she is. Fight for her people is proof of her dedication to her people. Whatever she may be, she's her queen.
And check in with Melancholy real quick. I was scared out of my wits when the machine started attacking. I'm still shaking, but seeing you makes me feel better. Thanks for coming by.
You heading to the back room?
Indeed. Shale? We've managed to seal off access routes on all levels. Any remaining soldiers should be contained now. We couldn't have done it without you and yours out there fighting. Thank you. Oh, look, Ghoul Jaw's here.
Sure.
Hello, Ghoul.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I'm glad you're safe, little buddy.
Kasiwa.
Working on it. We've helped those that we could in Solution 9. We're now looking to send people to other levels. I will note Gnault is not here.
No. But his latest project is still going. I'm sure he'll be back.
It seems things were somewhat under control, while Alice and the others are still out there. I couldn't help but worry about Ghoul Jaw. He hasn't uttered a word. A small wonder given his ordeal. I'm going to talk about him. About everything. Bright as he is, there's no hiding it. He'd eventually find out, and it'd hurt him even more. Very well. Above all, he needs to know that he isn't alone. Checking with Luke. I'll leave nothing out. Neither what's happened, nor what's still to come. To make your own child suffer so, I cannot comprehend the heartlessness. Galul?
Tale is the same.
Hey there, little buddy.
Are you all right, Guloja?
Lots of people are dead because of my father, aren't they?
That's...
And Otis. He's gone too, isn't he?
I'm sorry.
My father is a bad man. That's why you're going to kill him, aren't you?
Oh, sweetheart. Look.
Forget it. I don't care anymore.
Listen to me, Guloja. You're right. We're going to confront your father. He invaded Tulihyolal and hurt my people. As vow of resolve, it's my duty to bring him to justice.
Don't you think of him as family anymore?
After the attack, I was filled with rage. I told myself over and over that he's no brother of mine. But it isn't so simple. No matter what I feel or say, all those years I spent striving to live up to his example, they won't just disappear. What's more, it's because we're family that we have to correct each other when someone goes astray. That's why I must confront my brother, like your grandfather did, even though it cost him his life.
But Otis is gone now. If my father was gone too, then I'd have no one.
What are you saying, Golja? Take a look around.
You have us, Gululja. All of us. We'll be with you. Through thick and thin. You're not alone. You'll never be alone again.
Oh. Don't just stand there. Get that poor kid a hug. Huggies are important.
Huggings will continue until morale improves. I'm sorry I didn't listen and followed you.
It's okay.
I wanted to stop my father. Maybe to understand why he did what he did. We know.
They've been keeping a lot inside. Both Gululja and Wuklamat. You should get some rest, Gululja. You've been through a lot.
I do feel a bit sleepy.
There's a room in the back you can use. Could you take Gululja there? I will, thank you. Okay, Kiwa. The things I would say to Zareel as his mother. I'd better not get started. Instead, let me thank you two. We couldn't have gotten through this without you and yours. Until the others return, I ought to take what rest you can as well. This isn't over yet, after all. Are you okay? You could head... prepare for... Otherwise, feel free the back room.
Kikiwa.
You're breaking up. Fuzzy image, you say? Is it still happening?
I think someone was overloading the cloud.
It's an old, worn thing. There's bound to be a few hitches. It's nothing to worry about, though. We've had a meeting to discuss our next move in a little while, so until then... You're not telling me everything. And you're still not telling me everything. And there it is.
Slash doubt doesn't do anything. Unto the summit. Yakiwa wishes to hold a strategy meeting.
Had enough rest, have you? Let's round up everyone. I've got a feeling the dungeon's incoming.
Oh yeah.
During your confrontation with Zareel bade Wuklamak come to the tower's summit. The problem is the elevators have been locked down due to a state of emergency. We've been working on the lift access restrictions, but frankly, it's not looking promising. Ah, there's Aaronville. Are there any other ways we can get to Zareel? I believe so. As you know, Solution 9 occupies Everkeith's 9th level. The summit, meanwhile, is in the 12th. The map appears cut off. While the King and Queen's residence is believed to be located there, the details are highly classified, hence the lack of map data.
Gee, thanks.
We do, however, have a reliable intelligence concerning everything up to the 11th level.
Why am I seeing stairs in my future? What is this place?
This is Origonics, the facility where souls are separated and refined for use. The process begins at the base with the extraction of souls from regulators and fiends. The souls are then transported up to the etheric separator, where they are cleansed of memories. Finally, they are packed within soul cells for distribution.
I take it back, I want the stairs.
12
for Fend. They've recreated the process by which souls are broken down in the ethereal sea.
An affront to nature, I know, but ethical discussions must wait. The salient point is the facility extends vertically from the 1st to the 11th level. Now, if Zareel intends to strengthen himself with people's souls, as we strongly suspect, then the facility will be operating to process and transport the souls directly to him on the 12th level. And in order to reach Zareel, we have to make our way through Origonics. Precisely. As the facility sustains the Alexandrian way of life, security will be extremely tight. But if you're willing to brave the route, we'll back you up as best we can. What say you? Let's do this! It goes without saying that we're going. I never had any doubt. I'm coming too. You'll need guidance on site, and this body makes me best suited. And here we go.
Before you set off, I have to ask. All of this time you've known that Sphene is an Endless, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
Why didn't you tell us?
Honestly, it didn't seem relevant to matter at hand. More complicated to explain than it was worth, and the distraction from our efforts to deal with the Zareel Jah. Speaking of which, we should get moving. Those who are selling forth, we gather in front of the tower.
There is a change of subject.
She's dodging. We can count on you to provide support from here, yes?
Of course. And it is time to slash out the Kakiwa again.
Unfortunately, she's
Jail.
wandered off.
I know.
We'll all provide the support we can. Please be careful out there. And Gnault?
Ah, he is back. I'm glad my weapons were of use in battle, but at the same time, I wish we didn't have need for them.
So do we all.
Now, where were those weapon blueprints? I need to talk to you about... Never mind. It can wait. Don't
You just
worry.
proved you are your mother's son.
Lest you wonder, I have no objections to remaining here. Someone needs to keep the Zentuliolo informed. Best of luck to you. Let's keep our minds on the mission for now. Other matters can wait. Let's hope they can.
Okay, we need to head back down to in front of Etherkeep. I'm doing a quick swing by the bell.
We have side quests.
We have side quests?
We
have
quests.
side quests! Oh boy. Yeah, we're not getting to the dungeon tonight.
Nope.
But we will swing by the bell. It's just to
Yeah.
get the side quests. Fine, side quest it is.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hmm?
There's 6 of them. First, I could only see the close 2, but there's a
Actually,
total of 6.
there. Grief-stricken Shatona.
A fitting send-off. Grief-stricken Shitona senses you might understand his pain. I lost a close friend of mine in that raid on the city. I know it's a lot to ask, but would you mind helping me give him a proper send-off? I saw you weren't wearing a regulator. Figured you'd understand what I'm going through. Feels like everyone else has already forgotten all about him.
Note, he does not have a regulator either.
Right. I am planning on packing a bunch of his belongings and a bottle of his favorite vintage in a box. Then burying the whole lot in the cemetery in Heritage Found. If you're up to the task, I'd have you source a bottle of Alexandrian wine for me. Your best bet is speaking to the owner of Neonstein. Once you've got the goods, come meet me by the entrance to the city.
We can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's just where we
Right
came
back where
from.
we came from. Always. So, I have
So?
more Phoenix Games trivia.
Oh no. But first we need to talk to Melancholy. She's right here.
She's melancholy.
bottle of Alexandrian wine, are you? Or after a bottle of Alexandrian wine, are you? I'm afraid we don't serve that here. Not that that sort of thing the regulars go for. Heard it's perfectly drinkable, though. White wine, made right here in Everkeep, if you can believe it. Anyway, never had a cause to stock the stuff. How about trying your luck over at the Nexus Arcade? Can get near enough anything there if you know who to ask. Okay.
They're gonna send us all over. But one of the people involved at Phoenix was Ed Lipset, who wrote one of Little Soldier Games' mainline, the Book of, namely the Book of Shamans.
Oh dear!
Oh. Hi, Corn Servant. Should you really? Yes, of course you should really be in a war zone. Tasteful memories. Oh. This is probably the final quest of the chain with them.
The Corn Servant will never let you go hungry.
Yes. The Corn Servant seems to be marveling at the sights of Solution 9. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you've been well. I, for one, couldn't be better.
Well, that's
Is this place not absolutely splendid? A far cry from any other town I've visited thus far. The silence of their bellies is practically deafening. My ear can hear not a single soul in need of nourishment. Might you be willing to help this old cob find his way about the place? Perhaps together we can find someone in need of corn. I knew I could count on you two. If you've any preparations to make, pray take your time. I shall remain here ready and waiting.
No, we're doing this now.
Who's gonna follow us? Are you ready, my friends? Surely there is at least one soul here that seeks fulfillment. Wherever they may be, I'm sure we can find them together. Yep. We're being followed. Speak with the Corn Servant. Let us be off, friends. We have bellies to fill. Okay.
That is such a Corn Servant line.
Yes, it is. Am I hungry? No, not at all. Though Solution 9 was recently attacked, the production facility remains intact to supply us with all the food we could ask for. I can hear not a growl nor a rumble coming from this one's belly. Perhaps we should look elsewhere. One of the mostly Phoenix games like inherited stuff from Little Soldier Games. They did have a new line. They did 4 books that were meant for kind of generic SF RPGs.
Okay.
And Ed Lipset wrote all 4.
Okay.
That's
a lot of writing.
I actually kind of remember them. The design and layout was okay. The covers were two-tone, i.e. black, and a color, say orange, and not 4-corner bleed.
Unfortunately, we have a disgruntled Malala here.
Malala. Yep.
Am I feeling peckish? That's a rather curious thing to ask about. The only other thing I'm worried about is nursing this injury from her recent attack. Food is the least of my concerns.
So the twinge of pain I felt was from her, was from an injury, not hunger.
That would be correct, good sir.
Now they did try an attempt at trade dress because basically like a vertical strip down one side of the cover was black, and that's where the title would go.
Ah.
It wasn't the most attractive. I remember my dad's old stock of these.
Hello, Mr. Disgruntled Chitona.
Do I look hungry to you? No, I don't need food, but I could certainly do with a drink. I wouldn't do for an energy drink right about now. Just one, and I could easily keep working all day. We were close, but not quite right. Let us keep searching. But the interesting thing is he ended up moving to Japan.
Huh.
And in 1984, one of the companies there published an early Japanese language RPG by him. RPGs kind of came late to Japan. His was basically like the fourth Japanese language RPG there was. Translations of Traveler and D&D were after him. There's a magazine, I forget the title of it, that kind of like described RPGs and then gave a simple RPG as an article, and that was like the first Japanese RPG.
Well, they gotta start somewhere.
Yep. Here we go.
Do you want to know if I'm feeling hungry? I suppose you could say I do. A strange thing to say in a place like this, where most, if not all, of your needs are easily met. I wouldn't normally ask this of someone I didn't know, but might I speak candidly about something? It's not every day someone takes an interest in my problems. I'm not sure why, but recently I haven't been able to taste anything no matter what I eat. Depression. Because of that, I've been gradually losing interest in food. I realize I have to eat for the sake of my health, but now it's become a chore rather than I'd rather avoid altogether.
Terrible. A life without flavor is no life at all. How am I to help her? I've got it! This is the first real close-up we've been getting.
Yes.
First, I grind corn into powder, work it into a dough, then use heat to make thin shells. Then we mix together several extra ingredients, layer them into shells, and there! The most tantalizing of tacos! Surely this will reawaken her taste buds.
Of course! Tacos!
The answer is tacos.
Hey, I had that exact taco for lunch. You've prepared something for me? But I told you, I'm not really in the mood.
Give it a smell.
Trust me, you're gonna want to try this.
Yeah, let's not go into invisible things she can't see.
Sometimes it's just the smell you need. Maybe you're stopped up.
Yeah.
Fine, if you insist.
Not to mention, it's fresh.
It's also different.
Yeah.
It certainly has an interesting smell.
But I'm reminded of the place that would do the fresh baked bread and then put the fans behind them.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, yes. That was incredible. I can't remember the last time I've had anything so delicious. There was someone who used to make these for me when I was younger, I think. What's their specialty? I wish I can remember who, but I'm afraid that memory is lost to me. Like it's not, they're in the cloud now. Something tells me they were quite near and dear to my heart, but it's all a blank now. I'm not sad about it, but I do feel this strange, lingering sense of loss. It's hard to explain. The feeling grows over time, and before I know it, my sense of taste was gone. But this food, the texture, the smell, the taste, it takes me back to my youth. Thank you, traveler. I've been reminded of something very precious that I would have remained forever lost if not for you. I promise to do better about eating from now on.
And maybe you should get out of here and visit Tuliowal. There's 2 great taco places.
Yeah. And thank you, little corn cob. Your cooking was simply divine. She could see you.
Just when all hope seemed lost, corn has prevailed once again. It was admittedly shocking to discover that even in a world where no one goes hungry, there could be such terrible discontent. But with a little corn and know-how, we rekindled the memories of happier times in her. It does my cop good to see all go to plan. What's more, she was able to see me, through the power of corn and happiness, no doubt. I've seen a great deal on my travels thus far, and helped no few people find satiation. But there's still much of Zareel I've yet to see, and more bellies in need of nourishment. I wish you well, my friend. May your belly ever be full, and your days filled with happiness.
Farewell, corn servant.
I'll never let you go hungry. There he is. The Corn Servant. At the conclusion of your travels with the Corn Servant, the corn-shaped spirit that provides sustenance to the hungry, the being quietly left one of its kernels in your bag. That kernel quickly grew into another Corn Servant, which ever regards you anxiously, worried that you might require a feed.
Part of me is like, I wonder if I could crochet that into an amigurumi.
Where there are those in need of sustenance, I will be there.
I bet you will, little corn servant.
Yeah. So yeah, the article was in like 82. In 83, one of the publishers released 2 games, one of which was, I don't know anything about the system, but it was basically a licensed Star Trek game. The other was a licensed Crusher Joe game.
Interesting!
Yeah, the novel started in 78.
There's a name I hadn't heard for a dog's age.
Yeah. And then Star Quest, which was Lipet's game, came out in 84. And one of the 4 books with Phoenix Games was Spacefarer's Guide to Alien Races. And of course, it provides some statistics and everything, and you can see more or less the same statistic style in the eventual game. The other thing that came up in the listing of various early Japanese RPGs is a genre of writing that turned up there is basically transcripts. Basically the text version of actual play. Now, you get a few things like that here, but they're mostly just showing you how play goes. These are just full-on transcripts of entire sessions and campaigns.
Interesting.
And that's where Ludus War got its start.
That would make
The
sense.
novels and the manga and everything are based off of the transcripts.
Sorry, I need to cycle my guys real
Oh,
quick.
no.
No, stop, come back!
It's not coming back, is it? No, that's 2 slots cleared.
Hold on.
Yep.
Recall
Ah,
and reassign.
you told me to do this.
I know.
I was following orders.
And of course, he still can't get the one item I want because he's level locked.
No.
Okay. On to the next side quest. Hello, ma'am. You seem wistful.
Of lightning rings and romance. The wistful woman hurriedly casts her gaze high and low.
Would you mind giving me a hand? I'm trying to find my ring. I think I must have lost it trying to escape the attack. It's a plain band set with a black stone. Nothing fancy, but it's important to me. We've had it in our family for generations. Before the raid, I was doing some shopping at the Nexus arcade, so I figured it's around here someplace. Thing is, there's much too much ground to cover alone. Could I trouble you two to search north of the arcade? You'll be doing me a huge favor. I'll keep looking around here. Let me know if you find anything.
Okay then.
And we need to talk to a man about a wine bottle.
Yes. Yes, we do. Do you stock any white wine?
Alexandrian wine? Yes, we have several bottles in stock. I should warn you, it comes at a premium.
Sack of coin. Contains sufficient coin to cover the cost of a bottle of Alexandrian wine. Well, isn't that convenient?
Pleasure doing business with you. Here. Oh, that was easy. It's around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Picking up another side quest.
Yep. Sometimes always side quest.
Sometimes, always side quest. Excuse me, ma'am, you seem worried.
Warrior of Light, Wrangler of Cats. This is a job for you. The worried woman has a fuzzy-wuzzy problem.
There you are. Have you seen my black cat nearby? She's wearing a red collar with a...
Have you seen a black cat nearby?
You're not wearing a red collar with a big bell attached.
You hadn't got into that yet.
She is wearing a red collar with a big bell attached. We got separated during the upheaval the other day, but I spotted her in the area not too long ago. I tried to tell her there was nothing to be afraid of now, but she didn't seem convinced. It actually gives meow as an answer.
There's no way I am not doing that. You should probably pick something else.
Sounds like you could use a hand.
Did you hear that? Is that you, my precious little fuzzy wuzzy? Oops.
That's what she did
Don't
say!
play with me like that! Yes! Oh, don't toy with me like that! To make up for that cruel joke, I think you should help search for her.
Are you sure? That would be wonderful. If I leave it any longer, I fear she gets a taste of freedom and will never come back. I'm sure you'll be able to coax her back, though. Please, your assistance would mean the world to me. Before you set off, there's something you should know. My little fuzzy wuzzy simply adores being chased. Oh boy. When you find her, be sure to play along and tire her out. She'll settle down soon enough. Anyway, I suggest you head to the plaza and take a look around.
But yes, that was what she said.
As I said, she loves being chased. You'll need to tire her out before trying to catch her. Good luck. Better you than me. Excuse me, you look downhearted.
An usher's lament. The downhearted youth stares despondently into the middle distance. I think I recognize you. You risked life and limb to protect us when Zareel Jah and his forces attacked. I'm almost hesitant to bring it up, but I have a favor to ask. I'm an usher. I tend to citizens on the verge of death and collect the bodies of those whose soul supplies run dry. The other day, I was transporting the body of an elderly man to the processing facility. Ever since then, try as I might, I just can't shake the image of his face from my mind. What's worse, and I still don't know what drove me to it, I stole one of his keepsakes. This tiny metal trinket. It's engraved with the name Travertine, but I have no idea what purpose it served to begin with. I'm dying to know the story behind it, though. Can I ask you to investigate? Ideally, I'd do all this myself, but it's probably best I don't go around asking about the trinket I stole. Anyway, starting your search here at Mosaic might be a good idea. The proprietor is something of a collector of mementos and knickknacks. See what she has to say. Yeah, more or less a repeat. Probably related to him. Should be you.
Yeah, I was trying to catch the bubbles, but they were going by too fast to the two guys next.
And then I drove the van into a wall. That's the narrow one.
Welcome, what can I get for you?
Engraved metal tag. Small metal tag engraved with the name Travertine. Dog tag?
Possibly. So you're on a mission to find out the story behind this little trinket. Well, given its size, shape, and inscription, I'd say you've got yourself a bottle tag. This sort of thing you see in bars and the like, marketing out which bottle belongs to who. Unfortunately for you, Everkeep is home to dozens of drinking establishments. Figuring out where this tag was being used may take some time. Ah, I might have spoken too soon. If you catch in the right light, you can just make out what appears to be a tankard filled to the brim with pebbles on the back of the tag. Which leaves only one possibility. This is from a bar called Neon Stein.
Where else would it be from?
I've been serving 30 patrons on TrueView for... They've been serving thirsty patrons on TrueView
Yes.
for years now. Could be worth a visit. Yeah... We'll take a detour slightly.
It's all detours all the way down.
It is 11 o'clock. Do we wish to press on or call it for the evening?
Press on.
Okay. I know you have a lot more flexible schedule on Fridays, so...
Yep. Don't make me regret it by hanging around too long.
Watching the world go by with a coffee in hand. What better can it be?
Well, it's better when people aren't shooting the place up.
And there it goes.
A black cat sporting a fetching red collar eyes you warily. This must be the missing cat you've been asked to track down. She seems to have identified you as a worthy playmate. You might be able to catch her if you tire her out.
As long as she doesn't start speaking... Oh dear.
Although you get the impression the cat has near limitless energy reserves, you resolve to give chase. Tire the cat out, then get close enough to swoop in and make your catch. Yeah, there he goes.
Little kitty definitely has the zoomies.
Yes. Not quite as much as Chocobo chicks, but yes.
I don't know, it's sure trying.
I'm sorry, it's just the one in the second Heaven's
Tail
Door
feather.
zone. Yeah, constantly doing the figure eight. At full speed.
This little one's gonna have me running in circles all night, isn't she?
Oh yes.
Notice we've taken two different possible paths.
Yes. Seems the cat is not ready to give up yet.
Meow! It's a good thing we have adventurer stamina.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, her owner must be in really good shape, though.
Aha! How goes it?
The cat appears to have grown tired. It's slowed down, but it's still chugging along.
Okay, if it's slowed down, it'll stop soonish. There you go.
Meow!
And here's hoping we didn't get a face full of claws for our trouble.
Now, there is another quest just up this way.
Yep.
Do we want to take this or deliver the last two?
Let's do it. We're doing them all.
And to think, you have ninja run speed.
Yes.
Cat sticks its head out of my jacket. Meow!
Pretty much.
Ah. Attentive engineer.
If only I could fix this. Please don't.
Stricken sentry.
The unit is unresponsive. Rousing Mr. Robot. Okay. The distraught youth gazes down at the stricken sentry with tears in his eyes. Wake up, Mr. Robot! Please wake up! Sorry about my son. So you can see he's completely devastated. His favorite perk warden has malfunctioned. Someone must have put this unit out of action during the raid. No doubt it tried to turn its weapons on the very people it once kept safe. As an engineer, I'd like to see the automaton restored, but military-grade components are tough to come by. Come to think of it, there's a junk shop on True View that may well stock the necessary parts. Although the less said about how they source their inventory, the better. I could go myself, but given my line of work, I'd rather not take the risk. Would you be willing to go in my stead? My son would be thrilled if we can get this unit back up and running, and I'll make sure it's worth your while. Can you make sure it won't start shooting the joint up? Here, this should cover the cost of the parts.
Ah, Mr. Robot!
Yes.
Okay, let's deliver these two.
Just surprised they aren't calling him Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. I used to know that the entire album by heart. God help me. Misspent youth, I think. And there's one lone quest way out by the what do you want to call it? The government sector? Yeah, government sector.
Wow. Thanks, guys. Me grounding everything up tough.
Yep, it's all over the place. Found your kitten. Definitely different from my kitten. How do you fare? Did you find her? One kitten.
Runaway cat. An energetic black cat wearing a resplendent red collar. Any resemblance to a coral kitten is purely coincidental.
My little fuzzy wuzzy, back at last. You must have given her quite the chase. She looks about ready for a catnap. Honestly, it's a relief to see her unharmed and healthy. I'm from Tuliolal originally, but I stranded here after the barrier went up. It was this little scramp's grandma that helped me through those dark days after I realized I'd be unable to return home. Indeed, I don't know where I'd be without all my precious little fuzzy wuzzies. Thank you so much for your help. The thing is I would not put it past them to make a Mr. Roboto joke
Yeah,
on the English side.
it is very much the type of thing they do,
Well,
which is why I am a little surprised that they...
there is a question because they might just be of an age just past Mr. Roboto.
I don't think Koji Fox would be. Of course, he's not really actively on this at the moment, but still.
Yeah, he's actually a little younger than us. No luck here, I'm afraid. Did you fare any better? I think you're looking for this ring.
Heirloom ring. A plain ring set with a jet black stone, passed down through the generations.
Oh, this is it, no mistake. Thank you so much. I guess I should tell you a little more about the ring after you went all the way through the trouble. Hundreds of years ago, there was a terrible war we known as the Storm Surge. One of my ancestors, a scientist, had it made as an engagement ring. A little black stone? That's raw electrobore. Apparently, they snuck a small chunk of it out of the laboratory when they were working on to use it for a ring. Back then, electrobore was worth a small fortune. A gesture like that would have been a surefire way to anyone's heart. Well, according to my mother, at least. Of course, these days, electrope is more readily attainable, and without any circuits printed on it, a gem like this is nothing more than a big lightning-aspected rock. Still, every time I look at it, I can't help but wonder about my ancestors and the lives they lived. I suppose I'll never find out whether the ring was enough to send sparks flying, or if they were wed when all was said and done. Thanks again for your help. I'll try to be more careful next time. I'm fleeing murderous mechanical soldiers.
Yeah, here's hoping there's not a next time.
Yeah, I do not know how popular or unpopular Shall we head over to the government sector and pick up that quest?
Sure.
How popular or unpopular Styx was in Japan, either. As a group. You go sleep, Doodles. You had a big energy expending day at the show, and I hope you have more fun tomorrow.
Yes. Go sleep so you can have fun again tomorrow.
Yes. Man, they really went out on the gigantuan architecture here, didn't they?
Oh, yes, they did.
Holy moly. Yep, 6 hours of sleep, 2 meals a day, and 1 shower per day. That is the minimum you need to do at the con. Yep. This is an... Oh, over here.
Oh, yes. Resolution. Located in the government sector of Solution 9, this facility is staffed to resolve matters pertaining to welfare and employment. It is also equipped with infusion stations, machines which dispense souls in exchange for credits. I suppose those are all shut off at the moment. Otherwise, I'd say we should, pour every coin we have into the machines and to intercept them on the way up.
Philomena? Under normal circumstances, this facility deals with work-related inquiries, but after recent events, our purpose has broadened somewhat. Currently, most of our pressing task is alleviating the citizens' anxiety. Fair enough.
Yeah, and who does anything about your anxiety?
Camdis, you doing okay there, bud?
My fiance's family got caught up in the attack. Thankfully, they had enough souls saved up to make it out alive, but they're still reeling from the shock. Gods, I can't bear the thought of them suffering like that. Towering troubles. The overwhelmed official is inundated with concerned citizens. You're one of Queen Fiend's guests, are you not? I gather you helped drive the mechanical soldiers from our streets. You have my thanks. As a matter of fact, you might be able to help me. In the wake of the recent disturbance, we've been overwhelmed with aggrieved citizens. I'm steadily working through the backlog of claims, but ideally I'd like to hear from as many citizens as possible. And I'm well aware there are some matters that people are hesitant to broach with an official such as myself. On the other hand, I think they might be inclined to speak frankly with one of the city's saviors. As you can imagine, this is a matter of some urgency, and your help would be much appreciated. Please listen to what the citizens here in Resolution have to say, and remember, nothing is too trivial or trifling. Anything you can glean is of use to me. Well, if you wanted something gleaned, you should be talking to Aaronville.
He is a gleaner. Anxious Eldite. Yeah, you look anxious, ma'am. Huh? You want to hear my story? Well, my workplace was destroyed during the attack, which means I'm out of a job. Times like these are precisely when you need a decent stock of souls. But no job means no credits. Without credits, please, you've got to find some work. Or find me some work. Mift Milala.
My soul stock is down to 0 after getting caught up in that damn trade. If those bastards had gunned me down one more time, I'd have been gone for good. And what's being done about all this? Nothing. Oh, we stopped you from getting shot again. What's more, I hear the king himself had a hand in that awful mess. I have half a mind, yes, to build a city for all those spent souls. That'll show them.
If it was that easy.
I was this close to being gone for good. Who's gonna compensate me for all those spent souls? Who? Oh God, you belong to Nolta.
Well, here's a Malala. Perplexed Cune.
After the attack, I found myself endowed with a small fortune. Inheritance, apparently. That begs the question, did someone near and dear to me pass away?
Oh dear.
I have no recollection whatsoever. Finding it all rather unsettling.
Yeah.
Someone dear to me has passed away, and yet I can't remember for the life of me who they were. Get chills just thinking about it. Yeah, as well you should.
Mm-hmm. People need to be given the ability and space to mourn. Okay, Mr. Official, here's some notes. You're not gonna like this.
Did you manage to speak with the citizens? Note concerning lack of employment. Hastily scribbled note which reads, Workplace woes, desperate to find a new job. Note concerning soul reserves. Hastily scribbled note which reads, Soul stock exhausted during recent raid, seeking compensation. Yeah, don't pay it. Note concerning memories. A hastily scribbled note which reads, Unreliable memory and bewilderment, deeply unsettled. But apparently rich. Seems that many have been left traumatized in the wake of the attack. It's also been alarming to see how many citizens were subjected to repeated deaths and revivals in such a short space of time. Such accounts are unprecedented. The concerns surrounding souls and employment are understandable too. It goes without saying that our resources are limited, and with the best will in the world, we can't hope to respond to every claim. Nevertheless, it is clear that more must be done to support the citizens through this trying time. Thank you for your assistance. I shall share your reports with my government sector colleagues and get to work on planning our response.
You do that. Back to the Neonstein. Meh?
Calculating it out, it looks like this round of side quests will get me just shy of level.
Oh.
Maybe 500 to 1,000 short.
So close and yet so far.
Yes!
I got too many mats in my bag. My bag is too small. We'll sneak through the little alley over here.
It's what they're for.
Sneaky, sneaky. Especially since this is an quick shortcut to the Neonstein.
Yeah.
Hey there, Melancholy. We meet again.
And always.
This look familiar?
Engraved metal tag. Small metal tag engraved with the name Travertine.
Yep, this is one of our bottle tags. Don't recall any regulars who went by Travertine, though, which implies their memories are no longer with us. Hold a moment.
You have records? Did he owe you money?
Ah, here it is. This bottle's already been paid for, so go on and you have it. Just make sure you deliver the message that came with it, okay?
Okay.
Hello, Unikete. Looking for sentry parts? You better have the coin.
Pert's money, a cloth pouch filled with coins to be exchanged for a selection of sentry parts.
I reckon this'll just about cover it. Not sure what you're planning, given recent events and all, but I've been paid. Nothing to be gained by prying, eh? Wink.
Not much, no.
Looks like it's back to the Nexus.
Mm-hmm. Finally on the wind down for all these quests.
Yeah. I figure once we get them all turned in, we'll call it for the evening.
Oh yes, that's the plan.
And then probably be back in the afternoon.
Yes.
Ish. Maybe. Hopefully I'm feeling well enough tomorrow.
Late afternoon, also known as early morning for you.
I'm trying to be better, and every time I try and be better, I end up being worse. I'm sorry. With that said, do you think you'd be up for a little lunchtime road trip?
Maybe. What kind of road trip? Oh, over to the, what's it?
The fabric store.
Assuming you can get up early enough that I'm not starved by the time you get up, sure.
I figured we'll, go have lunch at Happy House or something.
Assuming you don't get up so late that I'm starved by the time you get up, sure.
Sorry?
Just keep this in mind. Fun.
Oh! Looky what I see!
Oh! Now, when did that show up?
Probably after we talked to the person...
I know, it's just, we've been in here since then. Nexus Arcade. This complex is filled with a variety of shops selling everything from food to daily necessities to personal vehicles. With so many floors and stores to lose oneself in, it is often jokingly remarked that the Lost Children desk is the busiest place of the entire arcade.
Nice! Of
Shouldn't
course.
that be the Lost Adults desk.
It's probably both.
Oh, I remember a story which showed up in around first grade. A book. The idea is, visiting one of these giant department stores, multi-story department stores, and gets separated from his parents and well, I'm not lost. I know where I am. With some help, basically makes his way up through the building, having misadventures all the way, and sure enough, at the top of the building is basically the lost and found where his parents are.
Of course.
Did you find out the story behind that little trinket?
Yeah, it was a pay stub for a bottle.
Luxury liquor, an expensive-looking bottle filled with an enticing amber liquid. Message, a dainty card inscribed with a few heartfelt lines. Bottle tag, you say? These were behind the bar? An unopened bottle and... what's this? Huh. The card is made out to me, but... Between your name day and your new job, there's much to celebrate as I pen these words. No matter our circumstances, it is a solitary path we walk at the end. Know that it fills me with pride to see you tend to the dying with such patience and care. Of course, Driver time. He was my father. That explains why his face haunted me so. Tell you the truth, ever since Zareel raid on the city, the work I do has left me feeling empty. All those bodies, all those lives, I had to usher on their way. Knowing that my father was proud of me changes everything. Besides being an usher, I was able to give him the send-off he deserved. I appreciate you taking the time to do all this. I'm sure you don't have much to spare. I think I'm ready to find meaning in my work again. And for that, I have to thank you just as much as my father. Farewell.
And we want to go this way. Just about finished with the roundup. Knock on wood.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, where's... I only see one.
There are two.
I know, and I'm trying to figure out where the other one is.
One isn't a completion.
Yeah, I know that, and that's the one that I'm seeing.
The other one's all the way out by the help desk near the front.
Ah, okay, it's underneath the quest tag for main story.
Hey there, Mr.
Okay.
Engineer. We've got your parts.
Did you get a hold of those parts?
Indeedy do.
Sentry parts. Assorted bits and bobs of varying complexity. Essential for repairing faulty sentry units. Much obliged, right? Let's see what I can do. Well, it's back up and running, after a fashion. Shame about his communication matrix, though. Suppose there's only so much you can achieve with a quick fix. At least it's standing up now. Come on, Mr. Robot, snap out of it! Do you have any ideas? I describe a good wallop delivered with precision to the side of its head.
Ah, percussive maintenance.
Yes. I don't think the others have a chance.
Pog would be proud.
Darn straight.
So, wallop upside the head?
Yep.
Percussive maintenance.
And damage it even further? No. We need a more peaceable solution. Why don't you try to psych it up? Really?
Really? But percussive maintenance always works!
I know. I do hope that trying to psych it up will work. Come on, you gotta help us out. You could try psyching it up. Ah. Rebooting, because system reboot complete. We sentries are here to maintain peace and order in this sector. Citizens are requested to report any suspicious persons or unidentified objects immediately. Please enjoy the perk facilities at your leisure.
The kid.
Glad we could fix it. It won't go toppling over again, will it?
I hope not.
That's the lesser of my worries. Honestly, I'm surprised that worked. Precisely why it had such an effect bears further investigation.
Percussive maintenance works every time.
But for now, at least, everything is as it should be. Still, it gives you pause for thought, doesn't it? For my son, that sentry is a dependable peacekeeping perk warden, but in the wrong hands, its cohort can be tools of great evil. Sadly, Zareel Jaw's attack on the city proved that point all too well. I just hope that the unit we just fixed continues to keep the peace. It's a shame we can't even take that for granted anymore. Actually, I might just tip over to 95.
Nice.
Because that'd be 4, and that'd be... yeah, like 5.5, and I need 5.3. I'll have like 20,000 XP to spare.
Hey there. We got you your alcohol.
There you are. I've just about managed to gather up all his belongings. Any luck finding the wine?
Right here.
Alexandrian wine, produced in Neverkeep. This premium white wine is tart and dry. Appreciate you going to all that trouble. This was his favorite tipple. Me and him, we came from completely different backgrounds, but none of that mattered. 30 years ago, I was going through a rough patch. Everything was changing right before my eyes, somewhat literally. And he stuck by me through it all. There's one thing we didn't agree on, though. Regulators. He never gave up trying to make me wear one of the damn things. But when I die, I want to go naturally. You know, back to the land and all that. In the end, getting killed over and over again during the attack whittled his stock down to 0. Look, if people want to keep on wearing their regulators, I won't try and stop them. But it just isn't for me. As it stands, I'm pretty much the only one left who remembers the poor bastard. I may get the funeral rites wrong. I'm sure his kind have their own way. I'm sure his kind have their own way of doing things. But he'll just have to make do. Anyway, I'm off to Heritage Found. Thanks again for helping me out. I owe you one.
Just so you know, there's a little graveside over at... Congrats.
25,123 experience into level.
I'm disappointed. He didn't give me a chance to tell him where the old gravesite was for the Alexandrians.
Yeah.
I'm heading back to the Mosaic. We can sit down and have drinks for the night.
Sounds great.
Maybe we can ask for some Irish coffee. What would the Eorzean equivalent be?
I don't know that we've seen an Irish equivalent.
Well, you do know what Irish coffee is, right?
Alcoholic.
Yes. It's
Past
coffee
that,
with whiskey.
Of course.
Potain? And also with some cream. A modern version is actually with, like, Bailey's Irish cream.
Yes.
I mean, I suppose there might be some Ishgardian variant, but I kind of doubt it on that one.
Yeah, they're more French.
As we continue to butcher languages left and right.
Darn straight.
Here's a good spot. With that said, it is well past time we call it a night. Those side quests took over an hour and a half. Just running back and forth.
No. We started them. Well, we've only been on for like, okay, the side quest as a whole. Well, no, because we've been on for an hour 45 total, and main story did take up like the first half hour-ish.
Okay, well, we're gonna call it here. You all be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we'll probably be back late afternoon tomorrow. Some-ish. Definitely at 9:30 Pacific, but we'll see before that.